Well, you've gone to parties and stood up on the coffee table and got everybody's attention and showed them how to cure things. What was that like?
No, it actually felt like I got a real rush from doing that. It was fun. It was satisfying. I did it. It was good. I saw a lot. I mean, it took a while to pass through my resistance, but each time I did it, it was great. I wish I would have done it more, frankly.
Well, you still can because you go to parties almost, 2 or 3 times a week sometimes. So you can do it anytime you want. You still do it?
Yeah, I'll do more of that this year. Yeah, it's a good thing for people to know. I think people relate to it, especially at the parties, as almost a form of prayer. Like we would just stop and connect, and maybe remove a few things.
Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, what do they do? What happens for them when you show them?
I saw people go through all sorts of things. One thing, they just change their state. They change their state. They go from, goes from being loud to being soft suddenly, or being quiet or peaceful. And, they feel themselves a little bit. Some people cried, and some people had questions, and some people, lost interest and walked away. It polarized people too.
So you get people to cry at parties. That's a real skill.
Hey, I used to cry at parties. I still do. Cry every day. Well, one slows down enough, they cry.
Barb, I love you. I do. I have to say, you are loved at least by me. Oh boy.
Hold that thought. Yeah.
Hold that thought, yeah. And when you say it took a while to push through, to do it, what do you mean by that? Because there you are at the party, and you've decided you're going to stand up on the coffee table. Do you mean it takes you an hour of being at the party to push through, or it takes you 5 minutes?
Sometimes I still have things come up, like a few times, where people's approval, or don't want to be a distraction, in certain circles. But then once I get started and I realize people just were curious anyway, or they just want to feel this, or they want to know what it's all about, or when I ask the question, okay, does anybody feel any different? Did anybody feel any different doing that? And people will raise their hands, and they'll share, or they'll just notice. And that was worth it right there. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I remember at Alexa's party, a couple of my close friends, where I felt had some concerns before I did it. I think Michael would welcome it at his parties. It took a little bit of, it's like getting out with the bumper stickers. It took a little bit of pushing past my resistance.
Well, see, that's another thing. Like, you've walked down the street with bumper stickers. Do you have a bumper sticker there you could put in front of the camera so we could see one?
Yeah, sure. Hang on a sec. I will. I'll be down in a while. I'll call you. Okay. Bye-bye. Here you go.
Okay.
You see that?
So yeah, so you've walked around in the street in Santa Fe with these bumper stickers, and you've walked up to people and said, please put this on your car.
Yeah.
And you've done that for like an hour or two at a time sometimes, walking to person after person, just anybody who passed you in the street.